Okay, hi everyone. I would like to make a little video reviewing some coarse stone for stone polishing. Um, I think the choice between the different stone uh, on the market is very difficult, and I have tried many stones to work properly. Um, and here is some review. I maybe have not enough completely full experience on the new diamond stones, but I guess I will make some other video if I change my mind. On the coarse grit stones, actually you have two family mainly, and one will be the whetstones, and they will be the cheapest option because those are in the 50-60 euros right now. And then you have the diamond stones, which are much more expensive, which will be about 270 euros, 230 euros, or if I remember well, 130 euros, something like that. Okay, so let's try with the first, like, low budget and quite easily available stones. And if you want a good set for grinding material, I would advise Debado 180 grit. One of the main problem, I would like to start already with a problem, is that the non-consistency of those stones. And actually it is exactly the same stone, but this one is very hard and this one is quite soft. They are anyway good stones for the job, even if it's hard and even if it's a little bit soft. And the abrasive is really great, and it will make most of the job you do. Second choice, and it's actually really close in quality, would be Imanishi 200 grit. It's a pink brick. It's not huge as some other pink grit, but it's very good balance. It is working fast, not too hard, not too soft. Let me show you just a little bit. So as you can see, lots of noise and very great work. Okay, and well, just to show you quickly about a Debado, it will be, I think, a little bit coarser, maybe a little bit. So as you can see, it's about the same, maybe a tad harder, but because it's friable, you start to get some loose grit in the mud, and this is very abrasing. Okay, and once you have grind your bevel with those stones, actually I would advise to have about one hard, one soft stone. It's difficult to advise for the Debado because you don't know what you will get, but well, if you have only one choice, I would say Debado or Imanishi Bester would be great. And if you can find a hard one, like Naniwa pink brick, or what are the other options? Maybe some Shapton glass 220 or 320. They are good stone to check your bevel after grinding a lot of material with a mid-soft stone. And after that, I would go to a Naniwa Pro or Shozera 400. This will be finer, and it's a very fast stone, splash and go, and you have a good view about your work mostly, and it will erase all the 200 grit scratches quite quickly. And well, sorry, it's about the same finish, meaning iron dark and steel bright. But yeah, you will get very much refined finish with the 400, and it will erase all the previous scratches. Easy to handle, easy to find, really a great stone. Stay flat, all right, and yeah, good stone overall. Now we should go to the diamond stones, and I have tested quite a lot recently. So let's start with maybe the first one I get maybe about a year and 2 years ago. This is from Practical Sharpening. It's a small company. I think it's in Denmark or Sweden. The guy is not really reachable now, but anyway, it was the first diamond stone, and it worked great. This is a 400, and this gave me the idea to find more diamond stone, because it's really for people who sharpen a lot, a game changer, meaning those will stay flat, they will abrase quite fast, and being much harder, they will give you another step in your work, meaning more precision overall. And those diamond stones are much more precise than any of those whetstone. So let's try with the free brand I got. I got this Venev. I got some NSK diamond stone, and I got some Nanohon resin stone. About the Venev, it's surprisingly a great stone. I was not sure I could work with those stones. They are made normally to sharpen like super high alloyed steel, and actually for working on some sanmai, I think it's great. I think it's working really good. This is 80-150, and it's about the same grit if you compare to whetstone. So it's this side is actually much coarser. Did I choose the right grit? It's not actually that easy to be sure. Yeah, this is the 80. Okay. So 80 grit side is very abrasive. It will make some deep scratches, and as you can see, compared to the whetstone, the finish is already much brighter, completely less contrast than with the whetstone. And this is a good thing, as you will see much more your bevel than with a whetstone. So this is very coarse, and this is 150, which is maybe my favorite side because it's not too coarse and it's very fast. What I would say about it is that it stays flat completely, and this is really great. It's very hard, abrasive, very precise, and maybe some of the negative point is that if you put too much pressure, it will scratch easily the bevel, and it will give very deep scratches. So very low pressure is better on those stone. And for the price, you got two sides, so that's great stone to work. Second can be Nanohon, 200 micron and 100 micron. Those stones are a little bit weird, and I'm not sure how I can advise to use them. I think they are a little soft, and even for 200 micron, which is about 80 grit, so about the same grit as the Venev, it's very different, because resin is much softer, and the abrasive is rounded diamond, so it's very much more shallow. So this is a 200 micron, so it's 80 grit. For me, it's not thinning, grinding anyway as close as the Venev. I much prefer the Venev. But one of the good things with this is that for people who are thinning and who want a stone that will give a good finish straight away, actually it is this stone give a very nice bright finish without facets, something very even and good looking, very closed. So yeah, in that purpose it's a good stone, but for grinding I feel they miss the hardness, and I feel they miss really the grinding effect that some Venev diamond stone have. And then we have the NSK stones. I got 200, 400, 800, and a flattening stone. Those are the most expensive stone, but I think they are one of the best quality, meaning that compared to the Venev, they will be easier to handle, a little bit softer but not too soft, and the scratch pattern, the scratches and the way it grind is much more even. So this is a 200 grit. Yeah, the feeling is quite great, feeling hard and not as scratchy as the Venev. So again, it will be a no contrast finish, but yeah, very even and precise stone to work. And then you have the 400S, and just to explain you, there is, for the same grid, there is different stone available for NSK when they are available, and they're all in the one category, and in the one category you can have some or normal 400 or the S1, and the S1 will be a little bit softer. And then you have the two category, and they will be all softer than the one category. So this is one S. So compared to a 200, which is only one but not S, this is a little bit softer, and actually for me it feels quite a lot softer. The stone is great, and it's sharpening super fast and nicely, but it's not as precise as a softer stone, a harder stone, but it will do a work amazing. And for most people, I think the 400S will be easy to handle and will grind super fast. So this is also a really great stone to advise. And the 800, which could be finally, you could get the 400S and then go to a normal whetstone, a cheaper whetstone, but the 800 is giving you really precision and refine. The bevel, it's much harder because this is not a S, this is just a 1, and it's much harder than the 400, and this will give you really the final shape of your bevel and give, yeah, erasing the 400 scratches, erasing everything, so you can then do your final progression with whetstone, let's say starting at 1K or 2K and then above. So just to show you a little bit the finish, well, it would need some more precise picture of scratches, but I think my feedback is the most important. So yeah, that's it for the coarse grit I got. And to just do a little resume, if you got some low budget, and I should advise you to buy some whetstone. Imanishi 200 grit is a very great stone because it's very well balanced. It's not too soft, not too hard. It's abrasive and really working great. Um, and it would be my first choice actually to advise you. And then there is some debado. A good debado, which is about mid hard, will be, I think, even faster than the Imanishi. But the problem is the non consistency of those stones, and you can get a soft one, a mid soft one, a hard one. Sometimes it's hard on this one side and soft on the other one. This is very bad, but yeah, when you get a good one, it's really good. When you get something you didn't want, like a very hard one, it's yeah, too bad. So because of the non consistency, I would advise this stone, which is a pink Imanishi 200 grit, and I would follow it with the Naniwa 400 Pro, and would be followed by 600 Naniwa Pro. Those stones are really working great, and you can make awesome work with those stones. And if you go to diamond stones, with a lower budget, I would advise this one, the Venev. It's less expensive, it's very hard, very precise, very abrasive, and I would say maybe the negative point is that the grit consistency is maybe not as good as NSK, and because it's so hard and so abrasive, it can leave some deep scratches if you don't control. So if you're not like super great on your technique about shaping your bevel, and you're like grinding on low spots, these will leave deep scratches even deeper in the low spots. So I'm not sure I would advise it for the beginners, but for low budget, it's great stone if you can handle it. The Nanohon, I would not advise it really. They are very special. I think they are good for blending, but for grinding and shaping your bevel, I'm not sure I would advise them. I would advise the Venev. And then there is the NSK. For me, they are, yeah, maybe the most quality stone you can find today. They are really great. They will behave more precisely, and they have more availability and in grit and hardness than the Venev. So this is a system that is like super interesting for sharpeners, pro sharpener for like me. But they are more expensive, and yeah, that's it. They are really more expensive. So you can see a bit everything. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope it helped you to choose some coarse stone. If you have any question, you can type in comments, and have a great day all.